Hello and welcome back. Let's solve the Leetcode problem, backup tokens. Okay, and the problem is we have an array of tokens where the tokens I is the value of the I token with 0 index. Okay, and we have uh, our goals is to maximize our total score by potentially playing its token in one of two ways. Okay, the first way is if our power is at least token I, so we will play the I token facing up. We will lose token I power and gain one score. So for the second way is if our score is at least one. Okay, so we will play the I token face down and we will gain tokens I power and we will lose one score. Okay, and its token may be played at most once in any order, and we don't need to play all the tokens. So our task is return the largest possible score that we can achieve. Okay, and let's check for the first example. We have uh, one token with the value is with the power is 100 and then the power is 50. So in this case we cannot trigger the first step, right? We cannot trigger the first way because the power is not at least the tokens I, right? Because 50 is less than 100. Okay, it means we cannot trigger the first condition. For the second condition we also cannot trigger because uh, because our score now is 0, that is the initial score. Okay, but to trigger the second condition our score should be at least 1. Okay, so the output is 0 since we don't have any more tokens to check. Okay, makes sense. And then for the example 2 we have two tokens, 100 and 200, and the power is 150. Okay, and in the first step we will play the first token face up. It means we will trigger the first condition because 150 is at least 100. It means 150 is greater than or equals to the tokens at index 0. So when we apply the first condition our power will become 50, right? Because we will lose tokens I power. It means it will our power now is 150 minus 100, so we have 50 and our score now is 1, right? Because we will gain one score by triggering the first condition. And then for the next token, that is 200, with 200. Okay, so we now with the token with the second token we cannot trigger the first condition, right? Because our power now is less than the powers tokens. Our powers now is 50, right? And the powers of the token now is 200, is less than. So it means we cannot trigger the first condition, but we can trigger the second condition, right? Because our current score is now 1, but if we trigger the second condition we will lose one score. But our task is we will need to find the largest possible score. So that's why we want trigger the second condition for the second token, because if we trigger it, we will lose one score and then it will become 0, and 0 is now will be less than 1, and then we have 1 is the largest score that we can achieve in this by playing these tokens, so we will output 1. Okay, it makes sense. And then let's check for the example 3. We have 4 tokens, 100, 200, 300 and 400 with the power is 200. Okay, for the first step. Okay, so for the first play, we will play the 0 token, we will face it up, and then we will lose 100 power, but we will gain 1 score. Okay, and for the next play, we will face down the third token, because we will increase our power to 500 and our score becomes 0, but for the next 2 play, we will play 200 and 300 respectively, and in each play we will gain 1 score, so our output is 2. Okay. Okay, so for this problem is looks like a greedy problem we can solve by using greedy algorithm, right? How can we use that? I think we can apply exactly the way that they are guiding you in the third example. It means first of all we will sort the tokens in the ascending order first, right? And then we will to gain to have the largest possible, to have the largest score, we have to face up the minimum tokens. We have to face up the minimum token, and okay, we will face up the minimum token, right? And we will face down the largest the maximum token. Why? Because we will try to increase our powers as maximum as possible. Okay, so if we have a lot of power, and then we can when we face up the token, we will gain lots of score here. Okay, and then we will face down the maximum token. Okay. Okay, so I think nothing more to discuss about the solution. It's only read the solution. Okay, so let's try to implement it. Okay, for the constraint, since the tokens dot length can be the tokens array can be empty, so if the tokens is empty, so we can return 0, right? So we have score 0, and if tokens dot length is 0, we will return score, right? And then what we do, we will sort the array first, right? So sort tokens and then we will keep track for the two pointers, the one pointer starting from the left, the beginning of the token array, and another pointer will start from the end of the tokens. Okay, we have left 0 and right tokens dot length -1. Okay, and we will check why left less than right. Okay, what we do, we will check for this condition, right? Okay, uh, we have in left power is tokens at left, in right power is tokens at right, and we will check if the current power is at least the token I. Okay, the current we have power is greater than or equals the left power. Okay, in this case we will the power will be minus equals the left power and the score plus plus, right? Else if the score is greater than or equal, or it means greater than 0. Okay, power now is plus equal to the right power, right? And score minus minus. Okay, and okay, we will increase the left and decrease the right. Oh no, not decrease the right, only increase the left, and this one decrease the right, right? Else we will skip, right? It means increase the left. Okay, finally return the score. Okay, wrong answer. Okay, because left less than right, tokens as left is okay, power is greater than left, so we have power is 100, and score now is 1. Okay, and left plus plus. Okay, we will increase the left to here. Then for the next check is okay, we have 100 now is okay, we have right power, so we will score A and right. It's here. Okay, left. Left. Should be less than or equal to right. No. I think we will need a more check. Okay, we will need another check, because when we break out from this while loop, we will have one remaining item that didn't have the check. Okay. Token at left. Okay. Okay, looks good now, and try to submit. Okay, accept.